Good afternoon, everyone. We are Sparkle, come from CCCU. Before our presentations, let me ask you a question. Do you use Yahoo before? I think all of you must say yes. As we all know, Yahoo is the top search engine in Hong Kong, and they are willing to improve and launch new functions to their customer, such as they launched Yahoo Outlet before. In today's presentations, we will suggest two departments to Yahoo to maintain their positioning. And our two departments have two themes. First is the personalizations. We can see that nowadays the technology advanced, and many companies will provide the mass customizations to their customers, such as Nike ID and Dell. So we will catch up this change into our department. Second is the integrations. We can see that the people have changed their lifestyle. They want to become more fast and convenient. And also they cannot live without these entertainment tools. When they go out, it's convenient to take all of this out. So they will prefer smartphone. In our department, we will implicate personalizations and integrations. In our presentation, we will analyze consumer behavior first, and we'll go through the details of two departments. Last, we will forecast the budgeting. Our team will introduce our two departments to all of you. They are personalized homepage and your magazines. Before we talk about the details of two departments, we will consider some consumer behavior it will affect and match with our department. First is the social networking. We can see that the amount of social networkings are increased, such as Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, etc. And people would like to use the mobile to access the social network. And they will use the social network to communicate with their friends and share their daily life. In this graph, we can see that the Yahoo user would like to use the mobile to access the social networking. Therefore, we think that social networking is influence our behavior and our daily life. Second is needs for uniques. Since the technology improves and cultural change, people have different needs and wants, and they will want to find the product that represent their personality. So, companies should provide the personalized solutions to their customers satisfy their needs and wants. First is multitasking. Let me ask you a question. When you're using your smartphone, how many apps do you use at the same time? I think most of you would say more than 2. People would enjoy using your mobile, communicating with your friends, watching video, listening music at the same time. So companies should provide the solutions to their customer, can let them enjoy the multitasking. Then I will pass to Alex to talk about the other consumer behavior.
Thank you, Lofia. And we also need to consider how the people would use their mobile phone. And as the smartphone is popular nowadays, it's become the daily necessary for people. And from the bar chart, we can see that Hong Kong is the second highest smartphone penetration over the world. Besides, for the mature telecommunications facilities and the rising of the social needs, therefore, people would use more mobile data than before. And from the data of the OFCA of government department, therefore, we can see that there is a 410% growth on the mobile data usage for customers. And therefore, it has a high potential for the mobile market. Then we need to find out what is their mobile consumption habit. And this figure shows the daily smartphone apps consumption patterns. And we can see that the time spending on the entertainment, news, and the social networking is accounted for 60% for the total time, especially for the social networking because of this strong influence by these famous online communities. And therefore, this three element is beneficial for us to consider during our designing process. Then, according to the Nielsen data about the people consumption patterns of the multimedia content, we can see that the content with both video and audio is greater than the content with only video and audios. Therefore, it shows the people would more prefer the content with different kinds of media, and it would be another important factor in our consideration. Then I will pass to Hinson to introduce the first idea with you. Thank you, Hinson.
And here is all the consumer behavior that we analyzed before, and we have developed 2 new ideas to match with this behavior. And before I introduce our first idea to you, let me ask you a question. Have you ever thought that your Yahoo homepage can be different from the others? Our first development can help you to do that. Our first development, personalized homepage, can provide you a personalized content. This means you can choose which category will be appeared on the homepage, and you also can allocate the areas of different functions. Let me use an example to explain this concept to you. If the user like watching the information of artists, movie, the news, or some shopping information, they can choose from our new design, and the content will be appeared in the area. And they can move and resize the content in the areas to fit on their preference and make it be more convenient to read. And the second function that we will add to the first design is the integration of the social networking. After our analysis, we know that the Hong Kong people are very reliant on the social networking. So we will cooperate with some social community. For example, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If they link this account to Yahoo, they can get the notification from the Yahoo when they receive the new message. And also, they can directly browse to this community on Yahoo homepage. After explaining this concept to you, and here we have a trailer to show you how can our new ideas are working on the Yahoo homepage. After watching the trailer, we can see that the user can design their homepage by their own preference, and also they can browse to Facebook directly on Yahoo website. This new design not only be convenient to our user, but also can create an opportunity for the business, even for Yahoo. But why? Because the content are chosen by our user preference. So if the advertiser put their advertisement in the related categories, it can help them to match with their target customer. And also for the user, they can also be beneficial from this new design because they can obtain the most desirable information that related to their interests. And if both parties are satisfied and also rely on this platform, and this is a good news for Yahoo, because Yahoo can generate more and more revenues from the advertising. And we can see that it can generate a multi-winner situation through this new design. To launch this new design, and we will provide a trial to our user. They can choose the new style or the original style of Yahoo. And also, we will organize a competition. The aim of this competition is arouse the public attention that Yahoo has launched a new service to them, and also encourage them to experience to our new design. And here, we can see some example to showing that our user can have a great permission to design the homepage by themselves. and the content can be very different from the others. And in the next part, Terry will talk about our second revolution of Yahoo. Thank you.
After introducing the new design for our Yahoo homepage, and then we move on to the second part of the development. In our second part of development, we will introduce 3 innovative ideas on mobile devices, search engine, and the magazine. Yes, it's mobile devices, search engine, and the magazine. But there's not 3 separate ideas. There's an integrated solution on the mobile platform. It's your magazine. On the Your Magazine, we will design for different users in the market. But before we design the Your Magazine, we will need to consider about the related consumer behavior. For example, the social networking. And then we move on to the design part. We introduce the first features of our Your Magazine. The first features is the personalized content for our users. As you can see that in the selection platform, they can select what they want on our list of content. They can set the priority of different content, they can see that. But if you can't find your interested area, you can generate it from our search engine. Because our Your Magazine integrated with the search engine, when people type in the keywords, they can generate the related content for our users. In these cases, we selected the car, the lifestyle, and the coffee. Then this is the result of our selection. You can see that the preferences is according to our priorities. And next, it's time for us to discuss about how we generate the sources of content. We divided the categories into 2 sources. The first is the Yahoo categories, such as the movie, music, and the cooking. If the users have selected the cooking as their preferences of the content, then our Your Magazine can provide the recipe, the cooking method to our users. And for the second categories of source of content is Yahoo search engine, which is the strength of our Yahoo. And the Yahoo search engine can provide the chances to track on the customer, the users, the search record, and the search history in order to provide the related content for the users. And you can see that if the user loves cars, they search for cars many times, and we can generate the content related to their preferences. But now, we can generate the personalized content for our user in order to create the best satisfaction. But now, we will create the opportunity and generate it from the Your Magazine for our advertiser and Yahoo. First, we introduce the advertorials. We highly recommended our advertiser to do the advertorial in order to launch their promotional program. For example, if they have a new product launch or they need to promote their branding, they can employ us as a platform to introduce their new product, their brand. And Your Magazine acts as a content provider and then directly reach the accurate target customer. Because of that, our Your Magazine can segment different market, different customers. And it can provide a chances for our advertiser to build up the positive attitudes toward the brand, the new product. And also, this is an indirect communication channel for the advertiser because the advertiser can use the advertorial instead of traditional advertising. It can raise the acceptance from our customer. Also, we provide cases for the Apple. If Apple try to launch the Apple Touch in the market, they can employ us as a content provider to provide the product information. You can see that when the user selected the technology, the Apple as their preference, then they will get the information from the Apples. Now, this is second chances for the advertiser to utilize our Your Magazine. This is the promotional offer by the advertiser. If the advertiser provides the promotional offer through our platform to the customer, for example, if Starbucks want to launch their promotional program, for example, in this case, it's a free upgrade for their customer. If the customer has selected coffee as their preferences, and they will receive the promotional offer. This is an accurate direct communication with the customer because the customer is really love Starbucks and coffee. Also, Starbucks can fully utilize with the integrated technology. for example, the QR code and the e-coupon. Through this channel, they can spread out their promotional offer to their friends to finish the referral process. Now, I will show you that how your magazine can really used by the mobile phone. You can see that when you open the application, we can select different priority, different content which you can choose and set the priority and move in the content part. But before we move in the content part, we will let our customer to log in to track on their search preferences and the priority of content. Then we log in. This is the table of content of our user. Car, coffee, and lifestyle. You can see that we can help our customer to provide the best satisfaction through this channel. Now, we got a great idea about the Your Magazine, but now, how to implement to the market? Let's show you. Thank you, Alex.
Thanks. And after deciding, we need to think how to implement it. And firstly, we will have 3 suggestions on that. And firstly, we will post the advertisement on the homepage of Yahoo, for example, like this. Because Yahoo is a famous brand in Hong Kong, therefore your magazine can capture and fully utilize the existing resources and the reputation of Yahoo to enlarge the reach and increase the opportunity for the customer to see. And as it helps the customer to recognize the magazine, therefore this method can build a greater awareness for the magazine. Secondly, we will invite some different celebrities to write articles for the magazine in order to motivate and encourage their fans to subscribe. For example, we would like to invite Kit Mat and Ava Liu to attract those people who like cooking and caring about beauty. Finally, we would like to launch an interactive advertising and launch and pay some demonstration model in different places. For example, like in the Hong Kong MTR station and Times Square shopping mall. And because this place had a higher customer traffic to draw more people attention, and this demonstration model can provide a trial for customers to create an in-person experience and build a greater understanding. And like this, and it's also it's also provide another chance to do the cooperative promotion with the store in the shopping mall. Then we will go through the final part, forecasting with you.
For the final part of the forecasting, we divided our courses into 3 parts: promotional courses, development courses, and maintenance courses. As you can see, that the promotional courses is a majority of our courses. And then you can see that from the report, we found out that the mobile advertising spending trend worldwide has a stable increase in the few next years. And then we estimated our market share in the few years. You can see that in 2015, we will gain the market leader position in the mobile advertising market. Next, this is our distribution of our revenue. You can see that through our Your Magazine platform, we will generate most of the revenue by advertising and editorial. And you can see that the branding is an invisible revenue generated from the Your Magazine. And next part is the trend of our revenue. You can see that our advertising, editorial, and branding revenue generated from Your Magazine has a stable increase. All in all, to conclude our presentation, we provided personalized homepage design for user to gain the brilliant user experience. For advertiser, we provided effective advertising channel for them to communicate with their target audience accurately. Last, Yahoo can use this attractive advertising platform to gather the advertiser and user and create more advertising revenue from that. And the Your Magazine can create the best personalized entertainment on the mobile phone for the user. For the advertiser, they can enjoy this new communication platform for them to communicate with a high mobility. And last, Yahoo can gain the potential of the new market is the mobile market in the Hong Kong. And lastly, I think these two sustainable development can let to maintain the sustainable development in different areas and also create more opportunity in different markets. Thank you.
Thank you, Sparkle. It's time for our judges to raise questions.
Thank you, Sparkle team. Do you have the developments ready for the Yo magazines? Is it ready? It looks like it's almost ready. So I do have a question. I see that you have two different ideas for, I believe, for the personalized homepage is for the PC, and then the Yo magazines is for the mobile devices. Is there going to be any linkage between the two, like in terms of the content, in terms of the users, when they customize, is it going to be transferable on mobile and also on the PC? Is it going to be totally different